We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the RockShop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome back to Swift Current to the Speedy Creek Shootout. I'm Chris Daw. This afternoon, I have the pleasure of calling the game with Shawn Joyce. Shawn, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. It's Friday afternoon. The work week's over, and now it's time to watch curling.
Perfect. This afternoon's game is Team Sweden versus the U.S. No tariffs involved in this one. It's Niklas and can't remember his Ethan. There we go. I remembered.
Yeah, I'm going to wish you luck. You think about a game with a Swedish team and American team, you'd probably have more trouble with the the Swedish names. But on this one, I'm looking at it, and it could be some of the American names might be harder to pronounce.
Well, you've got Ethan Sampson, Coleman Thurston,
and then
Jacob Zeman, and Marius Kalanis playing lead.
Okay.
And for Sweden, take that one away.
Well, Sweden, most of the viewers at home probably seen all of these players before. This team's been together for a long time. Niklas Edin skips the team. Oscar Eriksson is the third. Rasmus Rana plays second, and Christopher Sundgren is the lead.
And this is a little bit of a change. I'm not used to seeing this. The last 3 games I've called, been tons of rocks in play, and everyone's been afraid to throw a peel. This time, it's going to be a peel.
You'd like to get them both. On bonus, he spins over a little bit wider for a wider corner guard, too.
Oh, that was a nice change of pace. Maybe I can get a full game in this time. That would be nice. You're watching us on Curling Stadium, and we'd like to thank our 68 viewers this afternoon so far. As this one makes her way down the ice. And all afternoon, well, not that it's any earlier, but we've seen all the rocks breaking really hard once they get off the center. But if they increase that rotation, they have a hard time breaking. Have you noticed that on the sheets that you've been watching?
This is the first game I've had a chance to do, so I haven't seen this one yet. I did see an event here on the fall, and they usually get pretty good curl here. Of course, I would bet the rocks were conditioned before we started, but that was yesterday. 18 teams here, 3 pools of 6, looking for one of 8 berths into the playoffs.
And a lot of people have been calling this as a bit of a warm-up or rust off prior to Worlds.
Well, as I understand it, that was the plan when they had the event in Martinsville last week and this one here this week in Swift Current. With the Worlds being in Moose Jaw next week, they put these things together on the hopes that some of the international teams that were going to have to go to Moose Jaw might want to come, get some competitive games in, as well as get acclimated to the difference in the time zone. You start coming from Asia and Europe, and it's a significant change to go into our time zone, and they'd want to be here early enough to be ready for Worlds. But as it turned out, there's also a lot of the Canadian teams that are here that are on the cusp, let's say, of getting a berth into those Olympic pre-trials next fall. And this is one of the last chances they've got, the 2 events last weekend and this weekend, for some of those teams to get points. I think the only other event that's left would be a Grand Slam, and not everybody's going to get into those. So just between the combination of reasons, they've actually managed to get a couple of pretty strong fields here in the last 2 weeks.
So here's a shot. I think this is going to finally starting to curl, but more of a nose shot. He was hoping to roll way over, but this is pretty straight up and down.
It's not bad getting the nose hit, because Niklas is going to have to hit that, and in order to stay in the rings, he's going to have to roll over a little bit. So now you're going to get those 2 rocks a little bit closer together for a shot at a double. The angle should be there after this one.
As long as it breaks. Again, there's been some ridges on a few of these sheets. I can't even remember what sheet we're on. I think we're on 5.
Yeah, typically a lot of sheets, especially with the conditioned rocks. It's one of the things people forget, because it's fairly new that we talk about the rocks in general. It always used to be, we would talk about, well, this ice is straight, this ice doesn't curl. Well, it's not really the ice. We know that now. It's the rocks.
It's the rocks.
And the rocks, when they're conditioned, they really don't start to curl until they start to slow down. When you start throwing upweight takeouts, they really never get to that point where they start to slow down, and they will run very straight.
Are these inserts on these stones, or?
I believe so. I don't think there's too many stones anymore that are solid stones. But again, it's been a while myself since it's probably, oh my goodness, it's got to be 10 years since I've played in Swift Current.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was in Swift Current, maybe 20 years ago.
Well, I know I'd be more recent than that, but...
Well, now look at that. I just dated myself. That is not good. Alrighty, so this is Skip's first stone. Just looking to basically get rid of the red, I think. Maybe stick around.
Yeah, I have to admit, I didn't see the call myself. He might try to roll behind the corner. I think if he makes the roll behind the corner, he's still in front of the T-line. He doesn't have last rock here, so you want to be careful. You try to roll behind the corner and you make it perfect, and then Sampson's just going to try to corner freeze to it and get 2.
That's the challenge.
If it was his last stone, I'd say they go for the roll for sure. This looks like they're looking for the nose hit.
And you wouldn't expect any different than near perfection. I think they're ranked number 1 in the world right now, are they not?
I haven't seen the up-to-date rankings, so, I mean, they're always close.
Well, let's check what the rankings are. That's the great part about all this. We can do that while we watch the stones come down.
I got 20-some-odd windows probably here open already. I was still working when the...
They are ranked number 1 with 84.08 points, followed by Canada at 78 and Scotland at 60.
I'm surprised there's that big of a gap down to Moet.
Maybe looking to blank the end here.
Well, he did call for the roll first. They're going to try it, get the roll over behind the corner. You might still be able to generate a deuce here. If you're not going to get the roll, you may as well hit it on the nose. You don't want to roll halfway there and make it easier for Niklas.
Well, now we'll see.
Well, Nick will play the roll for sure now. If he gets the roll, you get the force. And this is one of those ones, you see teams all the time say, we're going to play the roll, and then they end up hitting it right on the nose. And I'm of the opinion that if you're going to play the shot, you don't expect to miss out of your opposition. Play aggressively for the roll. If you happen to roll out, so what? He was probably going to make the blank anyway. This is, I mean, it's never easy to roll 5 feet and end up dead perfect behind a guard, but be aggressive. If you roll too far, oh well, you tried.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for this ridge here, because once it gets off that ridge, the last couple of stones have been curling over, so he's got to stay on the high side to get the roll for sure. And he's going to do just that. He's going to get a roll, but how far is it going to go? Going to stick around? No. So logically, this one should be shooting through.
Yep.
And this will be my official first blank end so far this weekend.
I saw lots of them last weekend, but you never know how they're going to start. We're not far there if Niklas makes the roll. And to his credit, as I said, he made an aggressive play for the roll, and it just rolled, well, 2 feet past the guard, but he's only out of the house by about a foot. So, you know, he gave it a good try to get over there. It's tough. When you're trying to roll 5 feet and end up perfectly behind a guard, it's always tough. That's a longer roll than these teams would like to have to make when they're trying to hit and roll behind.
So we're going to get a blank end in the first 0-0. We'll be right back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Rick, and Jane and I are the owners of Sprague Foods Limited here in Belleville, Ontario, in the Bay of Quinte area. We're a food processing facility, and we can a whole range of products, including soups and sauces and rice pudding and beans.
Well, welcome back. Second end. You see the score. That's right. 0-0. Shawn, what's your take on the last end?
Nobody scored.
Gee, I think I just said that, Shawn.
It was a patient approach for sure, but you'll see that a lot. And you wonder if some of it could have to do. We talked about a little bit briefly about the format here. 18 teams, so 3 pools of 6. Edin came into this game with a record of 2-0. Sampson is 1-1, and I did check during the break and confirmed Sampson is the team that it was a flight issue. Only one of their players was able to make it last week to Martinsville. Fortunate, I guess, in that he was able to sub with one of the other teams. So after he got there, at least he wasn't left stranded with nothing to do. And we also heard during the break that there is a sub playing for Sampson this week. Chris DeLillo, who was the skip for Newfoundland at the Briar. And I'm just trying to figure out who he's there for, because I think that's DeLillo is, well, he's wearing Zeman's shirt, but that could be because he's the one that's there. So,
all right. Well, this one
we'll figure it out.
Maybe a little heavier than what they wanted, and that sits back 4, which is it's not bad. It's fully covered.
That was the 5th rock, so they're going to try to move some yellows here.
Yeah, there was a little confusion the other day about the 5 rock rule on the one sheet that we were watching. I think they got it confused with the mixed doubles rule, but they figured it out eventually.
So this should be Jacob Zeman throwing now, and it does look like him on the sweeping on the left, and you can see the jersey. It's a Zeman jersey, but that's Chris DeLillo, and it may be just that was the jersey they had that fit him.
Oh, that may not be exactly what they wanted to see here, but helps Sampson a little bit. Sampson still with the hammer and lying 2nd and 3rd shot, which really aren't 2nd and 3rd shot. They're in the rings. I think they were hoping to get the double on that, only got the 1.
Yeah, not bad though. They left the yellow at the top of the rings in a pretty good spot, and Sampson can't really try to hit and roll under off it. He'd risk jamming it onto the red himself. He's got to worry about the situation on the middle first. Could still peel the guard. Looking at the draw now.
This will be the first time we really get a look at how well the rocks are curling. They were running straight and breaking really, really late and quite heavy. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to watch.
Well, that goes to what we were talking about last end about the rocks. These conditioned rocks tend to break as they start to slow down. So that's where you see the late break, because they have to start to slow down, and then you'll get a big late break, which it just allows for some fantastic shots, because you don't have to, here's a good look at, you don't have to paper the guard to end up buried. It also means when you start throwing the finesse weights, you start throwing a hack or a bumper, you can get some late movement and get around a guard and maybe get to something, but your weight really has to match the broom for that. If you need a foot of ice for hack and you throw bumper, you're going to look silly at the other end because it's not going to be that close.
100%. Really. I think the debate is whether or not they want to come down and get on the face or just give it a little tap back here.
Goes down to what we were just saying. Like, if you play the tap back here, your weight better match the broom that Niklas is giving you, because if you're a little strong, you're going to jam this on the yellow. And that's maybe why they decided it's safer to play the draw. You get to the inside corner here. You don't even have to be shot. Get to the inside corner, and you're in a pretty strong position here if you're Niklas Edin.
100%. I've seen a lot of difference with the play on the rotations as well. The rotations are helping manage the rock and the weights a lot more here.
It does, yeah.
This is a pretty little shot.
Yeah, but they were playing it as the quarter freeze. He gets a little stronger than he wanted to be and taps it onto the yellow. I like it when they make me sound smart. I'm not a big fan of when they miss shots. I would like them to make their shots, but he just proved what I just said. Like the weight has to match the broom because the curl is quite different because all the movement's at the end. So if your weight's, it could come into play with guards too. You see it all the time. They'll signal for a tight guard and you throw a long guard and it doesn't have enough time to curl and the rock in the rings is still wide open. Everything, even the guards, you can't just lob them over the hog line. You have to throw it. If you're throwing it for a 3, it has to be a 3.
Yeah, here they're calling backline weight. He's got to watch where this one's going. This is going to break late and come across the face, so he might get lucky a bit here and punch it out the opposite side and get the roll. There's a nice shot. But that shot now through the port, you can get the double.
Yeah, and this is a team that's very good at these shots.
Looking at the options, draw in, or make a run at the double.
The freeze is so close to the shot he just made. He was a little warm on the last one.
Yeah, lots of options here.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me to see them play the double, but again, Oscar just threw this shot. He was, maybe 5-6 feet heavy on the last one. Now he's trying to get a little bit deeper on this time, so he only really needs to take off maybe 3 feet.
2 feet, yeah. 2 or 3 feet. Let's see how much the weight looks good. It's maybe a little heavy.
Well, heavy's not good. He won't get to the inside if he's heavy. And he is heavy again.
That's what we're talking about, these ridges, and until that weight comes off, these rocks are. You say it's the rock, I say maybe it's the ridge, maybe it's a combination of both. Who knows? But
yeah,
now
that was even more weight than he had on the first one. So I think just strong there more than anything else.
That's not typical.
No, Oscar, one of the best players in the world. It's not just the 4-player discipline. He's had a lot of success playing doubles as well.
Absolutely. So this one looks like it's running a little heavy as well. It's going to go through the port. Almost. But lots of backing now.
Yeah, he talked about the double on the Reds. I'd be surprised if he plays that, actually.
No, I think what he's going to do is come down into the pocket.
That's what I would think.
You guys have it easy. When I was a wheelchair curler, we never had this thing called sweeping. So it was either you threw the shot and you had it, or you were praying most of the time.
Well, you never know if sweeping's a blessing or not. I had the opportunity. I've told this story on the air before, but it looks like this is going to take a while. So let's do it. I had the opportunity to play a game against Gary Bryden a few years ago, and Gary's a good player, well-known in Saskatchewan, been to the Briar once. And we were up on them a little bit. He's drawing for one just to get back in the game with his last one. As soon as he let go of it, he's yelling, "Whoa, guys, it's heavy. Whoa," all the way down the ice. He yelled, "Whoa, it's heavy." And it stopped right on the button. He gets a single point. I said, "There, what are you worried about? That was perfect weight. You put it right in the button." He says, Oh yeah, but you got to tell those guys that, or they'll sweep it right through.
There you go.
So sweeping is sometimes it might be better to not have any sweeping.
Or well, yeah, I would have given my left arm sometimes for a sweeper. But I think they're finally ready to go here.
Looks like he is playing the freeze in that pocket.
Niklas's first rock of the end, second end.
He pulled his hand back there like he thinks this might be a little warm. That was kind of a hot potato release.
Yeah, it's not, it's hot. It's not breaking at all. Now finally it gets a little bit of movement.
Yeah, but he needs to get to the inside of the first one. Well, maybe.
Just barely.
Yeah.
He wanted that to curl over about another inch or two.
Yeah, still not the weight they would have liked. Like, they didn't lay a brush stroke to that all the way down. And these top players, they're not trying to throw a draw there cold. He'd like to throw it out of his hand. He'd like to throw it, full top 8 foot and leave it where the brushers have room to work it. They didn't have a chance to do anything with that rock. So if the line doesn't end up there perfect on its own, there's nothing they can do with it. Looks like a great shot, and they'll certainly take it. But Niklas will tell you that wasn't his greatest throw. He's not trying to throw it there cold.
Yeah, he's a little bit like a pit viper, eh? He'll come up and he'll get you at the moment you don't think he's got you, he will get you. So last skipper's first stone. Here's Sampson with hammer. Just trying to come down, maybe get to the inside.
Yeah, he's got to lose one of those red ones, or he won't be able to get the yellow out on the next one. So try to get just to the inside, jam it on the back one.
And this is running straight too.
He's pretty close though. Oh, he left it hooked though.
I don't think it quite came off the line far enough. What is that? That would be one red. Red sitting shot.
Red sitting shot right now. Probably the bigger problem for Sampson is that yellow, the way it's hooked. It probably goes if you hit it with full weight. And the red in the middle, the red at the back forefoot's just going to jam on the other yellow.
Well, I think that red at the back of the forefoot would not necessarily jam, but definitely going to hit the Yellowstone and then pop out. So I'm not sure that that's going to matter here.
Yeah, I don't think that one's ever leaving. The bigger issue is whether or not the yellow could leave. And that'll be part of the discussion with Edin's team here. You get to the inside of that red. Is a corner freeze good enough? And it might not be. Because that might just cue it up for all the yellows to leave. You could certainly chisel off it. You'd probably be okay.
What's the call?
He's playing the draw. He's going to try to get to the inside of the red stone. He wants to move it just a little bit and leave the red, yellow, red in a line. And then he's got to roll his shooter in just a little bit as well. If he dead freezes the red, I think Sampson can just blast it, hit half a rock, and I think it's possible both yellows fly. It could be for as many as 3. Actually, it could be more. If you look at that combination at the back, so when that yellow-red goes flying, it hits that red or that yellow at the back of the 8 foot. Now where's it going? Because it could almost go straight sideways and take that other yellow out. Well, now the red at the back 12 foot is a factor.
Yeah, right now it's safety.
Well, and when you talk safety,
do
we just play the guard? That's scary too, though.
100%, because it can come through the port on the opposite side.
Yeah, and that's for 3 still. Yeah. Maybe 4.
I don't know about 4. 3 for sure.
Depends on your shooter.
100%.
And you probably can't throw that with a lot of weight, so your shooter's not going very far, I don't think.
Well, they're back to the original call. Freeze just off corner.
I think you have to. I think that shot through the port is just too dangerous to leave him that.
You gotta love his demeanor, eh? All right, just another day at the office. Here we go.
You know, it is, and it's still fairly similar to the shot he just played. Again, he'd like probably 4 feet less weight out of his hand. You definitely want to be able to use your sweepers this time because the line is so critical. You've got to get to the inside corner here. Last one, they couldn't touch it.
All right, skipper's final stone in the second end. It's all about execution. It's a little bit up weight, but that rotation should take a fair amount off of it. But it's got a curl here. It's not breaking yet. It's got a curl.
He's close. Doesn't need to get much to the inside.
Got to work it. Got to work it. Oh, great shot. And that may allow them to have 2.
I don't think he moved the red one far enough, but the important thing is where he stayed, he's still cornered on that red, so there's no double available on the yellows, even if the guard wasn't there.
Yet. We watched the overhead. Let's see how much
close.
This red
doesn't need to get much to the inside.
Yeah. Got to work it.
I would say they started carving it too early. If he could have touched that a little bit quicker, he'd probably be sitting 2. I think it's just the one. But I don't know what Sampson can do about it. Like I guess he can chisel his own or push it off the yellow, but it's only for 1. I'm not seeing a shot for 2 there.
No, this is a precision execution shot to get 1. I don't see 2.
No, and I'm not even sure what he's playing. Like with that ice, he could be trying to get to the one Niklas just threw and push it through, or he could be hitting his own off the yellow at the back and chiseling it in. But if he's doing that with this ice, he's got to be throwing good hack anyway, because he only needs to hit about half. He's got to put it on a bit of an angle to get enough of the button.
I think he's aiming for the first call there, where he's going to come down and
push the
follow Niklas is in, and yeah, the weight's definitely there on it.
Just needs about back 8-foot weight probably to move that far enough.
Looking pretty good here. Oh, staying high.
He might have been playing the yellow, but he ended up on the red, and that was the problem. You had to hit, if you were going to hit the red, you had to hit it thin.
Yeah, steal a 1 for Niklas Edin as we go into the third. We'll be right back.
Team Homan rocks. Team Moet rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world number 1 Team Homan takes on world number 1 Team Moet in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube, with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez.
Aztec Safety Online Course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
All right, welcome back. Third end. That was a barn burner a little bit in the last end. Here in the third, remember, we're only playing 8 ends, and at least this one's not a blowout. This is a very well-played game so far.
Yeah, it's been the only knock, if you want to even call it that. We saw a number of the draws last end a little bit deep, so we'll have to keep an eye on them. I mentioned I haven't been watching any of the games yet this weekend. I did do some games last fall, and it does seem to me, and even from my own memory, slightly, I mean, it's been a while, but I do think this rink, it may be just our imagination, but I thought we always had the feeling that it was a little bit keener coming home. So keep an eye on that. Here we see, at least they've got the rocks in front of the tee line to start things out here in this third end.
Well, we'll see what the plan is. I think he's going to try and move this red stone a little bit. He's okay with the separation. I like that call, actually, opening it up a little bit. We've seen a lot of play at the top of the house over the last couple of ends, and top 4 weight, I think. Or back wide. I think that's every call through the whole process there.
Yeah, well, when he's looking, when he was gesturing with the broom, he was hoping to get both red stones. If you're going to move both of them, you do have to have probably back line out of your hand. It's a tough shot, though, because I mean, there's a sliver of that rock under the guard. You hit it thin, you're putting it into the yellow, and by thin, I mean like 3/4 is probably touching the yellow.
Making a play on the red stone. I think he's okay if he moves the yellow at the top.
I mentioned Oscar's doubles play at the last end. Rasmus has played a lot of doubles himself.
So they pass the guard.
Past the yellow, just rubbed the other red stone, but not bad.
So again with the hammer here. Blanked the first, got 1 in the second, and now peeling the top. Thanks for joining us wherever you are and whatever time it is. You're lucky there. Your time doesn't change.
Time doesn't change, no.
So they get rid of the one at the top, now making a play on the red at the back with the roll underneath the guards.
Almost has to roll all the way behind the red here. If he stays on this side of the center line, there's probably a triple there on the yellows.
This is going to roll nicely.
That's probably far enough. Like, if you hit the top one, clip the second one, you'd have to be real thin on the second one to still make contact with the third one.
I think they're looking at it now. So
well, yeah, I think you're just going to make the double at the top. Worry about the third one later.
Very early in the end.
Yeah. Might be able to get your shooter into the rings off this. It's hard to say.
So weight's up. So we're going to see some granite move. Came across a little bit more than they wanted to, I think.
Yeah, maybe a lot more. They get a little fortunate because when they touched that second one, they lined up the yellow red to the yellow at the back of the button.
So now the play will be.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be what he just talked about. This is just too dangerous.
Is he going to run the red back onto the red?
Play the red double.
Yeah.
Indicated play the yellow and try to get the red and pick it over the top of the one on the back button. It's just too much risk of a dead jam.
So I think this is the double. Angles are good. There we go. Beautiful. Game on, he says. Here we go. With the little hook and smile. Nice to see. These guys know each other pretty well, I would think.
Yellow and try to get the red and pick it over the top of the one on the back button. It's just too much risk.
Take a look at it again. So I think this is the
just had to be right on the nose or maybe just a sliver high. Make sure you got by the yellow at the top of the 8 foot.
Beautiful. Noses it and pulls the double. And they're going to try and get rid of 2. Oh! Just over top.
Yeah, they were probably actually trying to get it the other way, though. They would have liked to get it underneath, and that way they held the shooter. At the very least, you would have liked to move that rock off the back of the button. This is now a chance to bring another one around. And, you know, it was already looking like potentially a force, but you get something to the top of the button here around cover. Now we're talking about another possible steal.
Yeah, and this is the way some of the games have been going. I mean, by the second, third end, some of these games have been a little bit of a blowout. I mean, the last game we played 10-2 after 5 ends.
Well, that's the problem with that last one. Even if you don't get the second yellow out, even if you jam it, it spins out into the 8 foot. Well, now you're not. You're still just really talking about a force more than a steal. You get 2 rocks buried, in the button area. It's pretty hard to outcount that.
So this is a draw, just full 8, or just on. Just on.
Probably like to bit in the button, but they had to wait for it to start to curl. It comes up short. He's got a sliver under. You could probably make the double over the top this time and still hold the shooter.
Yeah, that's what I would call.
He's talking about the double at the top. Those 2 rocks are closer together, but you still have to deal with the rock on the button at some point in time, and it's getting late.
But I think he's going to go for the double here.
Yep.
Is this going to come?
That is not the way they were playing it.
No. No, I'm like, is that going to flash or what's going to happen here?
The nice thing about that, because there was always the danger of hitting it the other way. If you hit it too close to the nose, you were going to leave your shooter out there for a guard. So by going over the top like that, they at least make sure that they clear the middle. And that's presenting a problem here for Edin. You can see Oscar saying maybe we should just go to the corner, because if you throw the guard on a rock at the back of the button, Sampson might decide to just go around and try to get 2. It's a whole different story if that rock's at the top of the button. They're guarding it for sure.
Yeah, but behind that T line.
Yeah. You almost want to turn and ask the guy, if we guard this, what are you going to do? And he'll lie. That's the problem. Yeah, your opposition will never tell you the truth.
Well, you know what? I got a story to tell you from the world. If we get a little bit of a pause. The skipper's first stone here in the third end. They're just playing the draw. T-line, weight into the wing.
Just trying to keep the force now. He's not getting the movement they were looking for. You can't leave a double here. That's his only way to get out of this end of the blank is if you leave him a double on this shot.
A little bit deep. Not really.
No, that's pretty good. The doubles there would be really flat.
So you have a story. I get to tell you a story. My first World Championships in Switzerland, we're playing Team Belarus, and Belarus pops out a phone in the middle of the game to call the coach. True story. Had to bring the official in and remind them that phoning a friend is not allowed. That was pretty much a shock to everyone. Well, what's the call here, Shawn?
Looks like they're going to try to hit the one on the center line and roll towards the other one and maybe try to bury a piece of it. They can't be dead buried. They wouldn't be shot rock. Just going to try to make it difficult for Niklas. They're hoping for hit and roll out, but he's not rolling.
This is coming up. This is on the nose.
It's past the nose.
Yeah. Well, here comes the draw.
Well, this is going to be a hit. He's going to try to roll a foot to the inside, and then if he puts this in yeah, Sampson's got last rock here. So you sit two here. You sit two here.
There's a rookie error, isn't it? Lose count of who has hammer.
He could put this in a spot where Sampson might not be able to hit either one of them on the nose and be shot, and then Sampson might have to. Well, he might draw. I mean, you could. You only have to be full 8 foot.
I think he's going to hit it on the nose.
Well, if he hits it right on the nose, then Sampson could go over and hit the other one on the nose and be shot. If it was me, I'd want to roll a rocks width anyway to the inside. They wanted to. They didn't. Didn't make it, but they wanted to.
So now.
That looks like he's drawing anyway.
We'll see what he's got here to get one. So Sweden has forced the draw. What did they say? The big bucks lie here for the skips. When they got a draw, they better draw.
Yeah, it just needs full 8, and you kind of expect to make this now. There's a little trouble with the delivery, and those are always scary. Anytime you take a wobble like that, you know you lost a little bit of weight. You just never know how much. You saw him give a bit of an extension at the end.
Weight looks pretty good. Or is it gonna slide?
Well, you know, they may have panicked early.
There we go. All right, 1-1 going into 4. We'll be back.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster. Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
I have an idea.
All right, we're back in the fourth end, and 1-1 tie. Well, that was an interesting force with a little bit of a wobble, but a nice completion.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going all-out offense here in the fourth. We've got two centers in a corner already.
Yeah, we haven't really seen this too much so far in this game, but with 8 ends, strategy does change. And they're cleaning quite a bit at the other end. This one is coming in nicely. It's got to curl a bit more, I would think. It's holding that line pretty good. And finally starts to break.
A little bit of a rocket. You saw Christopher cleaning up behind him afterwards. The rock's traveling with plenty of speed, so you would think the rock was probably fine. I wonder if he had something underneath his slider and maybe felt like he had to give the rock a little extra at the end, and ends up sliding to the back of the 12.
Maybe there was something left over from Sampson after his last delivery as well. You never know. Here we go. This one looks hot too. Not gonna slide out. Well, I don't normally see teams play rocks at the back of the house, but...
Well, you say that, but you saw it 2 ends ago, and not to toot my own horn too much, but I'm going to do it again. I'm not so sure that it's not keener going towards the glass here, and we saw it 2 ends ago. Everything was deep. Last end, the weight seemed to be better. Now they're behind the tee line again.
Well, here comes the peel. You're going to get 2 on this, or just the 1. Yeah, moves it over a little bit. I'm not sure that helped the factor too much.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't think that was the way they were playing it either. I think they wanted to hit the other side, get the double. Makes it easy for Sampson. He's going to play the come around.
Much more control on this delivery. But they're working that pretty hard.
Yeah, they jumped it right out of his hand.
Gotta let it go a bit here. All right, well, they'll either peel the top out or follow that one down, one of the two. They're gonna peel the top.
Yeah. You could just go after the tight guard directly. It's a shorter double to play it that way. play the red guard onto the red one on the rings. If you get rid of the guard and the rock in the forefoot, that yellow guard by itself isn't really covering much because of the late curl. Pretty close this time now. Just over curled on him.
No real harm done. I mean, the opportunities are there. He's going to replace the high guard now. It's kind of a quiet game this afternoon. Nothing that we can't somewhat predict, I wouldn't think.
Well, truth be told, that's frequently the way it goes. A lot of the calls are fairly predictable. It's when things happen, it's usually because something doesn't get executed exactly the way you'd like. Speaking of that, this one's a long ways out yet.
He's got to curl a long way, and I don't think it's going to do. It's not going to finish that much.
Well, I don't think he left a port, no. But, I mean, those red rocks are a lot closer together than they would have liked.
Now, the double is there. It's a long double, but it is there.
Or the short double on the two guards. It's hard to imagine. I mean, it might be there to actually put it between the two reds, but I think it would be hard. If you're hitting this on the outside, a pretty good chance at least two reds are moving. It's not impossible. If you went for the double peel on the guards and it came off the side of it, it actually could come back and still clip the one in the rings. I think that's what he's looking at. That's the gesture. Off the side of that and then straight back. You can get three of them going. He wants two at the very least, but three's not impossible here. And that's part of what comes into when they're so close together, you can try shots like this.
And this would be the place to try it.
Well, if there's room between them, there isn't.
Well, that one red rock ended up on the other sheet there, just for a second. So
yeah, I try that all the time, but the team always brings it back. I figure if you could sneak one over to the other sheet, then they have to play the rest of the game with 7. But
yeah. Well, getting down to it now. Gonna draw in or hang it high. You're working that one. Well, I think lots can still happen here.
yeah, I'm surprised they were sweeping that as long as they did. If Edin wanted to switch gears here and play offense, he could corner freeze on that. He does have last rock here.
Well, jump down there, coach, and tell him what to do.
I don't think he needs to be told, but if you're trying to make an offensive play with last rock, third's last stone is a lot of times when you'd like to do it. So that would have been the time.
That was an interesting call. Maybe not what they were expecting. They just exchanged a couple of stones.
Yeah, well, and now they're looking at possibly being forced. Just really all that discussion was about how far over do we want to put this. If you tuck this under the yellow, I think Edin's probably got to come around because I'm not seeing a way to get out of this without being forced. If you leave this wide open on the center line, he's probably still going to try to play some kind of double and at least look for an easier shot for his single than his last one. So pick your poison here. Do you want to make him play the draw? Because he is Niklas Edin and he might make it.
Well,
And if he makes it, he could still get
I'm
2.
not sure. It's really going to matter, Shawn.
Well, it's just you leave him the double, he makes the double too, but you still got the force. If you leave him the draw and he makes it really good, you could still end up giving up 2 here. But it'll be a really tough draw.
Well, they don't want to drag that too far in. That's going to be high.
Corner frees the yellow guard. He's probably drawn now.
It almost looked like it lost the handle there, right at the end, which would be odd. Play a little tap back. Not a little. I mean, it's a long tap back. But.
Yeah, no, I think he's drawn here. Again, you've got the hammer. If you bury on that red one for shot rock, not that there's going to be a ton of room to get in with the next one, but there's still half the 4-foot available to maybe get 2.
So he's coming through the port, looking to draw. I don't think he's going to be able to freeze to the top of that, but definitely get in behind cover.
Yeah, if he just gets a sliver in front of it, he's really good. Don't think there'll be anything Sampson could do to get to the inside of it. Sampson might have to guard the port and try to hold him to 1. This has to be made first, though. And they haven't touched it.
It's got to curl.
I think it's got to slow down.
Oh, little bump on the stone behind there.
Yeah, that's just too deep.
So he moved that one a little bit. That was the call there. So now, are they going to follow it down?
Yeah, the question is, do you try to move it or do you not? Like, if you weld it right on, you're probably stealing. If you tap it and roll over a little bit, there's a chance you could steal 2, but it gives Niklas a chance to get the single, get out of jail with a good draw.
Well, I think they're going to freeze.
Looks like it with that ice, I would think. It's tough to throw the weight to tap and still get to the inside.
Yeah, especially when it's only breaking late, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to tap it, you've got to get it most of the way through the 4-foot, which means you got to have, weight out of your hand. You got to have almost back 12 and still get to the inside. That's going to be tough.
Looks like the weight might be a little bit hot.
Yeah, and quite a big extension at the end, and they signaled hot right away. Sweeping for curl. He's got to get this out of the 4-foot. He's not getting to the face. Got it far enough to sit 2. That's enough to get the force. But it is a nose hit available for Niklas.
I don't think he can hit it hard enough to get it to pop back up.
I've never seen anybody throw one with backspin yet.
Well, we've got to invent that.
Well, if anybody could invent it, Niklas might be the one. He threw the 37 rotation one that everybody's seen on video now. I don't know if it was 37. I didn't sit there and count them.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
No, I have not seen that.
Oh, you Google it between ends. It's the big spinner. He had, there was a rock corner frozen, almost like the yellow and red at the back. He came in with big spin, just touched the edge of what would be the Yellowstone in that combination. And because of the big spin and the gear effect, he was able to move it past the other stone, and he held his shooter at the back for 2. Oh, I thought everybody had seen that video by now.
No, I'm watching it right now.
And it was at Worlds, I think.
It was at Worlds. As he comes down, this one's a little bit hot, but gets his 1. So here we are. That's a force to 1, and Edin will be up 2-1 after 4.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting will send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
All right, welcome back. Speedy Creek shootout. Edin versus Sampson. After 5, it's a close one. Edin got forced to taking 1 last end, and Sampson now regains the hammer as we progress through this close match. Single Yellowstone in the house here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide myself. A little bit less than half buried with that ice. Looks like they're trying to move it. You could just come down to it. I have to admit, during the commercial, I wasn't watching the initial setup, but the red one up front, we know it wasn't called there. Did he, he's touching it here. Did he touch, I got to go check the replay. Was it a center guard to throw first, and then they tried to come around it? If so, did they touch the yellow guard and still manage to leave it in the no-tick zone, so it was not a violation?
Well, let's just
pretend
we dreamt it.
I'm gonna peek.
You're going to peek.
I could go to the YouTube feed and peek, but I'll have to get back to you. No, it doesn't look like he touched it. The first guard was short, just touching the center line, so they were playing the come around and came up well short. So that's how that red center guard ended up out there.
This one just drawing top 8. This looks a little more than top 8, perhaps. No. Now it starts to die. Not even full 12. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, Ethan Sampson has already counted and said that was 5. Some of these yellows got to go.
Well, you're going to run out of ends here. I mean, if you're playing 10 ends, that's a little different. But when you've got only 8 to work with.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Chris. But, there are a lot of teams at this level that they're very conscious of it. He's going to get all 3 of them to move, but he leaves 2 in play. They're very conscious of odd versus even ends.
You're going to run out of ends
if you're Ethan Sampson right now, he'd
playing
love to
10
blank
ends,
this in. You blank
that's a
5,
little
you've got
different,
hammer
but
in the
when
6,
you've got only 8
and
to
presumably
work
then
with.
you've got 2 hammers to 1. Now, Yeah, I know what you mean, Chris, but there are a lot of teams at this level that they're very conscious of it. I think all 3 of them, a lot of teams when you got that 2 hammer to 1 situation, you're going to play a little bit more aggressively, try to get your deuce in 6 and then try to control the game from there. But even if you get 1 in 6, force 1 in 7, you got another chance to win in 8.
Well,
Niklas would love to force this end.
I think that's what he's planning on right now. He's hacking that stone, putting 3 in, so that's going to make them. That's great space.
Yeah, they're spaced pretty well. Well, just back to what we just said. Like, it's the other side of the coin. If Niklas could get the force here, he's got the 2 hammers to 1. So he doesn't have to try to play aggressively here. He just needs to keep 2 hanging around until the end of this end, and he could get the hammer back in 6.
Play smart.
Yeah.
And when you're up against arguably the best, if not one of the best players in the world, I think he's got it.
He's got to roll this shooter.
That's going to roll out.
If you think they were spread out before, now there's just 2 of them, and they're 11 feet between them.
Come on. The skinny double? Super skinny double?
Well, in a minute, the double's not going to do you much good because you're still going to be facing 3.
Absolutely.
That's interesting. So Oscar, I would just bet, because they switched stones there, I would bet that Oscar thinks he's got one that curls a little more than the other. And if that's the case, when you're trying to come around to rock in the 12-foot, he just asked for the one that cuts more.
If you're just joining us, this is a close match. Very strategically well played. He's going to put this on the 4-foot.
Yeah, left it fully open though.
Looking for the double.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the last couple of shots, there's been some inconsistency in the strategy for Ethan Sampson. He tried to hit the one in the middle last time. There was no double by playing the one in the middle. Here you got a chance where the other option, if you just wanted to hit the one that was just thrown, you roll underneath. Even if Niklas can make the run back, oh boy.
he had just flicked the elbow out there. So now, watch this.
Yeah, it just turned into a steal situation. You can guard this now.
He's trying to figure out which way he wants the guard to come. Rock makes its way down. You're just cleaning.
He used to deadline up to the stone at the top of the 4-foot so that he could take away some of that stone in the 12. I think he's going to get... Well, I was going to say he got just enough. I don't know. You could just play the double on the 2 of the rings, perhaps.
No, I think this is a hope for the best. They're going to peel that one out and see what they might get.
You have to make contact with the rock in the 12-foot this time. Might be able to get 3.
1, 2. Got 2.
Yeah.
Opens it up.
A little unfortunate that he stuffed it, but at least now it's rocks with higher, so there's more room to score. You have to make contact with the rock in the 12-foot. Still looking like a force, though.
His trail leg just
might
flared out
3.
there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a fishtail there.
1, 2. I don't think there's much of a question about what he's about to do here. He's just going through his routine, getting set.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of ice for there. He took a little less. It looked like a lot of ice for guard. Still looks like it's on the generous side.
Just cleaning. Got a break.
Yeah, he needs to cover a good piece of this stone. Leaving the outside of it, and he might try the slash double. That's his only way to get back to a blank, and I think that's what he left him. Yeah, he can see enough.
Just trying to look at the body language here, see how much he believes in the shot.
Well, he's still looking at the guard. Here's the problem. You make the guard, even if you make the double, you're still getting forced. And if you get forced, you're in really bad shape. You may as well try the double. You've always got to draw, even if you don't make this. You're going to have a draw to get forced anyway. But if you make the double, you could still get out of this end with a blank. Well, it sure looks like it's there. And Chris DeLillo's holding the broom for him, thinks he could throw this quiet, which he can, because the back one that he's got to hit's only full 12. If you can hold the shooter, make the double and hold the shooter, Niklas Edin doesn't even have the option to try to come around. He's not going to give you a chance for 2. So he'd have to hit the red stone, and then your blank becomes relatively simple. Have to make this first, and what would you say needs to hit, Chris? Maybe, like half looks like it's close.
Yeah, half, I think. Slicked it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure he slid all the way to the broom, so he set it back. The problem with that is it'll stay there forever because of that little outward motion. Close. Well, they might have overcurled it. He didn't have the weight.
No, didn't have the weight on that, and it hung out there for a while. So now, a little hit and roll, way over.
Yeah, that's just not understanding the situation. If you're going to play that hit, you have to kill both stones. Like just tapping it back, you're still forced. If you were going to do that, you may as well draw around from the other side and try to score 2.
Well, skipper's last stone. Depending on where the shooter ends up, that will probably force a draw. don't. There's no way he could blank this.
No. Boy, this is close to the roll. If he gets the roll, he's probably got a solid piece of the button, too.
Oh, pretty good. It's still about half open.
He's got to move it, though. He's got to throw the weight to move it. We've seen that stay straight as soon as you up that weight a little bit. No. Boy, this is so close. If it curls a fraction of an inch more, he's dead buried. Boy, this is close to the roll. If he gets the roll, he's probably got a solid piece of the button, too. That roll is actually just a little shorter than the one we talked about in the first end, about how hard it is to make that 5-foot roll and roll dead buried. He had to roll 4 feet there and that close to it, and he's still half out in the open. But it forces a very difficult shot here. Probably can't see as much of it now as he could on the last one. If he hits it the same, it's going to jam again, and his shooter could well roll too far. He's got to bring the weight down a little bit.
Looking pretty close. Dandy shot. And they get the one. 2-2 after 5. We'll be back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sasktel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game, live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Hi, I'm Jane.
And I'm Rick, and Jane and I are the owners of Sprague Foods Limited here in Belleville, Ontario, in the Bay of Quinte area. We're a food processing facility, and we can a whole range of products, including soups and sauces and rice pudding and beans.
Welcome back. Nope, here we are. We're in the 6th. And tied 2-2. Some execution errors have come out on the right side of the broom as they're going to make their way around this center guard. I think we've seen them underthrowing the rock a little bit here.
Well, they get back to the center line, and it's a tight center guard, so it works out for them. They've got the double centers. Nick's got the corner. You have to think with hammer in the 6, Niklas Edin's going to be willing to take a few chances to get his deuce here. And if he gets stuck with one, so be it. He still presumably has the hammer again in the 8. For Sampson, how aggressively do you want to play this in? Because if you start playing all out aggressive against a team like Edin, you could give up a big end in a hurry. But at the same time, he'd like to steal.
Well, now will we follow this down?
Pretty much has to yet at this point.
Still very early on in this end. Remember, we're playing 8 ends. And at least this game's moving along. We've seen a couple of games drag along because of no clock, but this one's pretty speedy. You were mentioning about some strategy changes, maybe a little bit indecisive.
Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit during the break, in that the Sampson team in the last end, they went back and forth a couple of times in the middle of that end, whether they were trying to get out with a blanker or just making sure they had a chance to score. They played a double, then they played an open hit on the one in the middle, and the next one they tried a double again, and it just seemed a little inconsistent as to what they were trying to accomplish in that end. So certainly playing the last 3 ends here against a team of this caliber, once they set out a strategy for a particular end, they're going to have to stick to their game plan. You can't keep going back and forth like that.
So I think this is the opportunity that Niklas was looking for. That one didn't quite come up enough, and now he's looking to draw just on top full 8, if not a little bit closer. Got to get in behind the guards.
And if this is made, this is going to force a decision from the Sampson teams. Kind of what I was just talking about. You're going to have to make a decision. How do you want to try to get out of this end? Make your decision and stick to it. Pretty dangerous to be running guards. You get rid of everything off the center, and Nick's going to go around the corner, and that's how you could give up a pile.
Big end. Yep.
Yeah. The situation in the middle is not good for him right now either. I like that call. I think that's the call. It's not easy on this ice, but I think you need to try to move the back one of those yellows behind the tee line. Even if they're still sitting 2 after you throw this one, you got to give yourself some room. This is a setup shot. Sounds like somebody doesn't like the call.
Yeah, no, you don't get to hear my big boy. I have a little tiny German Shepherd, somewhere around 145 pounds. He's my enforcer when I don't like the shot.
This has got a lot of room. And that's the problem. I mean, they were just heavy on the last one. This one, you needed to move it.
This is exactly what they threw about 2 rocks ago. And now, look at what's going on. This is that error. And I'm not sure Sampson's going to like the outcome at the end of the day.
Yeah. Niklas talked briefly about hitting the 2 at the back. Not that you necessarily need to hit those if you're a Dean, but you've got everything set up at the top of the house you want right now. If you get rid of those 2 reds at the back, it suddenly opens up the whole house. Like, he can't come around his own corner right now and still be a factor. He'd be 3rd shot at best, or probably 4th shot at best, and it's tough to get there right now with the center guard where it is. The only problem with this double is I could see him sitting in the back of the 4-foot and leaving a rock for Sampson to freeze to. He wouldn't want that.
I think they're debating all the options here.
He talked about trying to spin up. To me, it doesn't look like that's possible. It looks like it's too far back. I'd be tempted to try to hit the first red one, say a quarter stone, come across into the side of that second one, and maybe even spin back a little bit. No. He's close to that. No, it's going to be thicker.
He got it, and undercover.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure that's good, though.
Well,
it's back 4 foot undercover, and I'd be tempted to
try to hit the first.
You're only going to get one chance.
Say a quarter
Sampson,
stone come across
get out
the
of jail
side of
right
that
here.
second
You've
one.
got to
Maybe even
freeze
spin back a little bit.
No.
He's close to that. No, it's going to be thicker.
He got it. Rolls and under, leaving a little bit of a pocket at the back. Good shot, all in all.
That's almost one of those ones when you're skipping, you call down to the other end. I'll let you know if I like that shot after we see what the opposition does. If they make this freeze, you're not going to like that where it ended up. I think they were hoping it was going to spin all the way into the 8 foot on the other side.
Well, has it got enough to get there?
I don't think so.
Has it got enough to get in the house?
Well, in the house probably doesn't help him. It's still a guard. He's almost has to come around it on the next one. So what does Niklas do about it? Like, you know they're coming around it. So how do you battle that? If you come around it yourself, you could always run it back. Double peel on the reds is probably there, yeah. Tough. I mean, he's still coming around your shooter unless you spin out of the way. They were actually fortunate that rock stopped where it did. If that slides a few more inches, it tucks under the red, and then Sampson doesn't have as many options with it, and Niklas might not be that worried about it. You know, if that's a quarter stone under the red, he can't run it back. But he can come around it right now, or he can tap it back. So when he's got two choices with that rock, it makes this a little bit more questionable. They're going to peel it. And he's got to get a sliver to the inside.
All right, well, let's see.
He could touch the one on the center line first, get the one that was just thrown, and then spin all the way out of the way at the top of the house. Would still leave the freeze at the back, but there wouldn't be as much protection. He's just getting the very top one. Didn't look like he got to the stick on that one very well.
No, it looked like he threw that inside quite a bit. I mean, what's that do to the situation now? I mean, are you going to come around?
Well, I'm going to come around because you're still in trouble. He's looking at the run thinking that there's a triple. There's not, I don't think, because if you make this red onto the yellows at the top, it's dragging by the back one, I think. Looks like it's lined up to it, but you're coming in at such a sharp angle. Now, if you did stick the run back there, that's not bad.
Yeah, the two yellow stones are not frozen to each other, but they are close enough.
Yeah, and this is coming in from a very steep angle. This is not an angle you could simulate with a throw. This would be like you're throwing it from about, what sheet are we on? We're on sheet 5. This would be like throwing it from sheet 7 or something like that, which is tough in a 6-sheet rink.
Not impossible. When's the last time you shot put it?
Needs to dead stick this. Get the double in the top two and...
Oh, he floated. He did float out there a little bit.
Not enough, because he's on the wrong side. Fortunate that he... he's actually probably fortunate that he got by the top two, because if he just rubs one of them, he misses the back one. As it turns out, he stopped for second shot.
Well, he's lucky that way. All right. What's the call here, Shawn?
That is a good question. Like, they're talking about drawing that same direction, but I don't think you ever want to come. You'd have to move the red one to sit 3, but then you're behind the tee line and he's going to come and sit down on top of you. So if you're playing the draw, I think it's a cold draw to the edge of the tee line, and you're just trying to sit 2 right now, or the edge of the 4 foot on the tee line.
He could be positioning, but
if you're trying to move the red one, I think you're trying to move it and roll a bit to the outside, which is tough on this ice because we've seen this, the second you throw the weight for a tap, it doesn't move.
See what's happening here in about a second. It's got to curl a long way. A long way. He's in for 4th.
Yeah, edge to edge with the red one though, so it's available to be promoted onto that red stone at the back. That's not the worst result he could have had.
So Edin with 1. Sampson with 2nd. But there's a few rocks in play here, so it's not impossible. I'm not quite sure what the call is here.
He's playing a straight back run now. It will be tough to get them both all the way out with that, but I mean, even if he dead stuffs it, that red now at the back of the 8 foot would be shot. If you needed to double the 2 yellows, it'd be easier if you ran the one on the angle back, but that would leave the stone in the back 8 foot exposed.
Yeah. He gets 1. That doesn't help him very much.
Shooter is probably 3rd too. Well, he's got shot rock, I think, at the back. And his shooter is probably 3rd.
Well, it's definitely 3rd.
Well, that matters too, because that yellow at the top 8 foot, I mean, we're getting late in the end to try to get rid of both of those reds.
Well, sometimes these guys stand in the wrong place.
You can't see all the angles. I think the options here, that's what they're discussing. You could play the yellow onto the red at the back, sit 2 for now, or you come down on that little red-yellow combination, try to tap it enough that you're sitting shot and roll off of it. You don't want to stay right there.
Yeah.
Because then if Sampson tries to play the red-yellow run, his shooter's not going to be a factor.
He's looking at drawing in.
Got to play the straight draw here?
Yep. That's what I think the call is.
Could.
You need the whiteboard.
I don't think you want to be all the way to the background if you're playing a dead draw. It looks to me like Oscar's lining up to play the little angle run.
Nope. Switch the call now.
Yeah,
I think they're going to push the yellow one in.
Not throwing this real hard with that much ice, so he's going to try to hang his shooter on, and I think what they're expecting is that Sampson will play something on the red-yellow at the top, and when he does, he might leave a double. So if you can hang your shooter on the edge of the 12 foot somewhere, that double could be for 3.
They right out of the hand. They past the guard. They're past the guard.
Overswept it.
There's a little bit of a risk here. Just a tiny one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. This is... You've got your force. You make this hit, you've got your force. And if you roll just to the other side of the
To
center
our
line,
left.
to our left as we look at the overhead, you know, as much as you won't have a piece of the forefoot with any of those rocks, it's going to be tough for Niklas Edin to outdraw it. There's
And
no
that was
real
our
good
first.
path.
Yeah, that was kind of our first error that we've seen out of Sweden.
Yeah, that was a fairly significant error, too. If he makes contact with Stone at the back of the 8 foot, this shot probably leaves a double for the blank.
Gonna get enough of a roll.
Too much.
Well, drawing with backing. Forcing the one.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have backing. If you throw the weight to get to the backing, I don't think you'll ever get the line to get there. It won't finish. This is a cold draw.
Got to make sure it doesn't get away from you, though. They've got to manage the stone really well.
Yeah.
It's out of his hand. And they're on it. Oh, all three of them are on it.
Yeah, it's coming straight enough. It doesn't look like it's light.
Gotta let that go. So there, like I said, throwing a little bit to the backer there and force the one. That's 6. 2 ends left to go. Let's see where it ends up when we get back.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world #1 Team Homan takes on world #1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube, with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
All right, we're back. we're in the 7th then, not the 6th. And Edin is up 3-2. And we noticed a couple of things during the break to start this end out.
Yeah, this is, you'd think this is the lead's first stone. It's not. The first 2 stones are sitting in the back corner because the first stone slid into the 12-foot. So Sampson's team was able to play the hit on it with Marius Kleinis. Now they come around, but you know, the objective here for Sampson, he would probably love to blank this end. You see a lot of teams don't mind being one up, if they, or one down, pardon me, if they can have that last rock coming home.
Yeah, and I don't think Nicholas is going to let that happen.
Well, it would be his first choice. Nicholas would love to see a point go on the board either way. A steal of one or a force is good. But you know, there's the second miscue already at the end. There is no way Sampson wanted that one short of the rings. And it comes up short, so now Edin does have 2 guards. They're talking about coming around, and that gesture, it's not, they're coming around. What he's wondering about is, where do we put this so that Sampson can't play the double? He's going to play the red over the yellow back into whatever we bring in here, and if he makes it, it's a blank. This is one where you might not mind being back 8 just to create extra separation. If you can convince Sampson to start drawing this end, you know, there's less chance of a blank if you can make him draw somewhere.
Yeah, but does he know that? He's going to get past the guard easily. And not back 8, just about top 4.
Well, this is your chance. I mean, it's the 6th rock of the end. You get the red across the top of the yellow, bring it straight back. It's possible everything goes. If you get rid of everything on one shot, it'll be a blank end, or at least you expect they'll play it through for a blank. No. Hard to imagine you can have a better chance than this. These rocks are pretty close together.
So there's the PL of 1, 2. Is it going to go all the way out? No.
Expect they'll play it through for a blank. No.
It's a nice upweight
Hard to
shot,
imagine you can have a better chance than this. These rocks are pretty close together.
All the rocks he wants out.
Probably not as much weight as some teams would play, but they opted for the quieter weight so they could control it better. They got the piece they needed. Just with that weight, he wasn't able to get all of them to fly, so they've still got some work to do. Edin will split the house, so there's going to be 10, 11 feet between these, and you're going to have to work the rest of the end to get them closer together and maybe get one more chance at a double somewhere.
That's exactly what the call is here. Split the house, create that huge space.
It's a long time to hold a split house, though.
Yeah, if anyone can do it.
It usually has more to do with the opposition. Like you can't afford a rollout. If you roll out, then they get to keep drawing over there. You got to roll this one to the back 8. You got to put it in a position where they have to play it. The other option, if you want to do it, and we're still early enough at the end, you could try to nose hit this a few times, climb it up higher in the house.
I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Is nose hit that one. Now they're looking to hit this one.
Yeah, Edin has to hit it. He really can't roll much to the outside.
All right, we're playing the stacking game.
And this is going to roll to the inside.
Still flat, so
yeah,
not incredibly, incredibly bad.
That's the wrong one to hit. You hit this one, he rolls back to the edge of the 12-foot, and he puts maximum room behind them. You hit the other one and rolled into the 8-foot, and there's just 8 feet is the most there's ever going to be between them.
Weight's up, I think. And it's going to roll away exactly like you said. Just trading.
Well, you can hope for the miscue, and maybe Oscar Eriksson rolls out. But yeah, that was out of those 2 stones, when you're trying to get back to a double, that was the wrong one to hit. You hit the wider one, try to roll into the 8-foot, and now you've already got those rocks closer together.
And what do you think of the chances of him missing are?
Well, not great, but I will say this. There are stats to back it up. They found that anytime you have to put the broom outside the edge of the 8-foot, the shooting percentages, even for the top players in the world, drop noticeably. No mistake here, though.
Well done.
And you're done now. You're not getting a double, so I don't like this call either. Like, they're too far apart, and it's too late in the end. You're never getting back to a double. So freeze to this and force Niklas to blast it out, and then you just hit the one on the other side.
I absolutely agree.
It's too late to think you're going to get a double out of this.
And he can try and creep that as close as he wants. I don't see that happening.
Nope.
So we're...
yeah, it's looking like a force. You hit this one right on the nose, and you know, you could still try the freeze. The problem is you got to be shot rock, and this is going to be a full rock sweep in front of the tee line, so you're going to have to be on the corner to be shot. It just makes it that much tougher. It's still probably the call.
And I don't think this man is going to miss.
Well, they haven't touched it yet.
No,
he's got that
dead on.
Weight, though.
Gonna roll.
He did?
Yes,
he rolled out. That is a dramatic switch to the end, and you see the Swedish team not happy. Niklas still shaking his head. He had the one that ran straight on him a couple of ends ago, too, and that was just last end.
Yeah.
They overswept the one last end, too, and same type of shot, though. It was an out-turn hit on the corner.
Well, don't count those chickens before they're hatched, but that was the break they needed.
Yeah, that was a huge 3 inches to roll too far.
Let's see if they can capitalize on this, which they should be able to. Are they aiming for the blank?
Yeah, still important to stay here because Niklas would corner freeze that stone that's just off the rings on the other side. So now you make him hit it, you're going to have an open hit for the blank.
Or if he rolls out like he did the last time, you're just throwing through. Yeah. Some changes. He's going to hit this one for sure. He will roll in. So now it's a hit and roll to blank the end.
Yeah, a little roll just to change the position. It's a little bit of a longer roll to the boards now, but not much.
This should be a blank end. Retaining hammer going into 8.
Played the end like he wanted the blank. Here's his chance.
And he gets it. All right. Well, that's a blank end. Down 1. Sampson with hammer going into 8. We'll play the last end out when we get back.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics. Better returns. Greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
I have an idea.
Okay, I'm going to try and refresh my browser here.
Hello? I can hear you.
We're frozen.
Okay, I do not have a feed. Are you there, Shawn?
I'm here. I don't have anything, but YouTube's still running.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Well, nobody wanted to hear us anymore anyways. Have you gone totally blank now?
So just so the people at home are aware, our mics are still live. They can still hear us, but we're at a loss. We can't actually see the screen. We're frozen. I understand the picture's still working on the YouTube stream, but we can't see the picture, and there's not much we can say.
Well, we can play catch up if we watch the YouTube.
I could watch the YouTube pictures, but yeah, then we're a few shots behind.
Well, all in all, I think it's been a very here we go. I think we got something back now.
Okay, we might be caught up now, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being patient with us. Little technical glitches. Technology is great when it works, and Edin looks like he's put a couple in the house, and Sampson has hammer.
Yeah, I think the one just as we were coming back, so it looked like they had come around the corner guard, but left enough that Rana could get to it. He made the hit and roll just fully open. So Jacob Zeman being asked to come down and play the hit and roll behind cover now.
Pops out a little bit.
Yeah, it's not bad. Anytime you can leave the outside corner on a rock like that, it's still a problem for Edin, even if he made it, if he was to make a play on it and make it. He's going to have to roll away, and then that would give Sampson time to work up his deuce. So they're going to play the run. They get one, they get two.
Game on.
He's got rocks to work like that. It's still a problem. Play the freeze in the middle, and if it's made it on the corner to make a play on it and make it. He's going to have to roll away, and then that would give
this is a nice
Sampson
nice
time to run back
nice
up his
double.
deuce. So they're going to play the run. They get one, they get two. Had to leave his shooter up for another corner guard, so there's still rocks for him to work with. They're going to come around the corner. This is the last of the second stones.
He should die nicely. There.
Took a little spin in at the end. It's mostly behind cover. It's also completely behind the tee line. You're never 100% comfortable chasing behind the corner without last rock.
I don't know how many times. How many times in the career we would get left with that?
Well, he's got to stay on the inside corner here for sure. If he over curled this somewhere or another, and I mean, if you got tight by the guard, you could. That stone in the 4-foot is still 3/4 open too. This has to be second shot. Don't want to bounce off of it either.
No, and I think they are going to do that. Oh, no, look at that die. Hit the bricks.
Yeah,
right
really,
at the end there.
Really good. You could play the corner freeze again, but if you do that, by the time you stay on the inside corner, the red stone's completely in the open. So they're going to make the play onto the shot rock now.
Well, we are getting some attention today. Some 271 viewers watching this one. So here we go. Vice's first stone. Now it starts to curl, but it's a little bit too short.
They'd love to move it, but the first thing, the most important thing, is they had to get right to the face. It's not bad. It's a good result. Niklas can't really move it. Do you want to guard that for your life? You come down to it. The red one doesn't leave when they throw any weight at it.
And they're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. You kind of have to make a decision right now how you want to play these last three shots out. You throw the guard, you're trying to steal the game right now. hard to make anything great coming in. That's if you hang it a little bit on the outside, they can throw some weight at it. The red one's the only one that doesn't leave. If you could ever get to the inside of that red with enough to tap the yellow to the, basically to the back of the button, you could angle it yellow-red at the top so that you could get the red out. The problem is on this ice today, I don't think you could get to the inside of that red with enough weight to do that.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I think they might be looking at creating a little bit of space, but that's pretty challenging. I'd go, top 8.
Which way? Because they're talking about coming from the other side. I don't mind that either. Again, it's dictated by the ice. Like you could come around with the other turn, get half around, and then when they release that red, you've got that rock to tap up.
Would it move that far though?
Well, I mean, Sampson's going to have to. Well, from this turn, no. You'd have to play it from the other turn if you wanted to get that. And they did talk about that. I think if you're playing this turn, I mean, they're talking about coming right in, but I'd be tempted to just throw the straight guard here. Only because on this ice, the way it's been running today, I just can't see them getting to the inside.
Maybe top 8.
Yeah, but if you're fully open in the top 8, he can nose hit it. The 2 yellows go and the red stays there. You got to tuck.
It's down weight. Where's it up?
This has got a curl. That is, though. He got the line he needed.
I think he wanted to get another half a foot, but now they're looking at a double. Wow.
Yeah, I'd be nose hit the guard here.
Yeah, it's lined up pretty good, eh?
Yeah. Well, if you miss the red-yellow, if you just get the double on the top 2 and leave your own shooter there, that shooter is a run back onto the red-yellow for the win later.
I think that's what they're going to do.
He's playing the pick on the one that was just thrown, trying to drive it all the way over to the stone on the side of the 8-foot. And the bonus, if you hit it right, I guess, you could double out the 2 yellows and somehow manage to go around that red at the back 8. That would give you second and third, which means then you could run back anything on your last one and have a chance for the win.
Just got to watch his release here.
This is really tough to clear that red. Even if you could make this shot and still clip that red, really tough to get the 2 yellows and not clip the red. It's there. It's tough.
No, underneath.
Yeah, it needed to hit that so paper thin.
Does he hang it a little higher here and force the draw?
Well, he's standing like he's thinking about playing the other turn this time. Talking about the long guard. If it was his last shot, he's playing the long guard for sure. The concern here would be you play the guard, he double peels the guards, and then you have to throw a perfect guard because if you leave him any kind of line to the red-yellow, it's for the win.
Well, it is Nicholas.
The nice thing with the guard right now is you're throwing, it's a double guard. He's not going to have a shot at the red. You can be a little bit wider. But if you leave him the double peel, you've got to perfectly guard that red on your last one. Could play the same shot.
I think he's going to hang it high.
That was what he talked about. Yeah, if you're going to throw the guard here, you definitely don't want it too close to the other guard. You want the double peel to be as tough as possible.
Well, no one is that. Now, here it comes. He definitely got her in around where he wanted it, which is very high.
Well, I don't know if he overlapped them, though. He didn't. I think you played
maybe by a hair.
Well, there's definitely enough to play the yellow onto the red. Yellow, red, yellow, and try to stuff the red right there, and then hope you got a shot for the... I don't think there's any chance I'm worried about the double peel here. Hit the yellow, the tighter of the guards, into the red, stuff it.
Yeah.
And you're going to have some kind of shot for the win, more than likely. You play the double peel and make it, and they're talking about over the top and into the pile, or, well, I don't know if that's what they want to do. I think what they're afraid of is that's what they're going to have to do. If you're going to make the double peel, it's coming back into the pile. And if you make the double peel into the pile, you're going to leave the red one wide open. You actually don't want to hit the two in the middle if you make the double peel. Now I think they're looking at what we talked about first, the direct play yellow onto the red.
Yeah. He does have hammer.
The scary thing about the yellow into the red is it's kind of all or nothing right now. If you don't make it, you're not going to have much of a shot with your last one.
Lots of debate. They made their final decision here.
It's just a sliver high. I mean, you could hit it on the nose. You'll make contact with the two in the house, but then it's a question, does the red pop out into the open? So there might have been some discussion about how hard to throw this. You don't need to whip it. You just need to hit it right.
Yeah, and you see Niklas playing that out in behind. I know it's tense in the air here. Sampson's first stone.
Needs to come up a bit. It's close.
Oh, that's close.
I think he got shot rock out of it. He did.
He did.
Needs to come up a bit.
It's
close.
It just hangs on enough. It shot stone. So now is he going to go?
The shooter stayed there off? Too, so there's not enough of a port.
Is he going to give him the one and go to 9?
Well, he's always going to have a shot for 2. They talked about guarding the port, making him draw. You'd force him to draw really wide on the in-turn, but I mean, the shot's still there. You could never take it away.
Hit and roll.
Well, and whether they're looking at that or whether they're worried that's what he's going to play. Like,
yeah.
Like Niklas could play the wide in turn draw himself, try to get to the edge of the button, but that hit off that yellow is still there to probably get into whatever you throw in for a draw, and you'd have to make a perfect draw to even force him to need that shot. You could play the out turn draw.
That'd be tougher.
Well, it's easier to get shot rock. The problem is you're going to leave the double is more likely the problem. The reason to play that in off yourself is first of all, you can get to the button. You could get to your own stone like that. But if you don't play it and you make a good shot, it's there for Ethan to play it. It's one of those ones where we almost have to play this and make it, because if we play another shot, make a good one, he's got this. So we have to take it away from him.
Yep. 100% agree.
Like you see them tapping the ice at the top of the button. Like if you could absolutely walk the out turn draw down and put it right beside the red, but basically an inch deeper, that in off doesn't do him any good. But that's all the leeway you got. Like if you're 6 inches too deep, he's probably got a double.
I think
we're talking about the guard again too, but there's still always going to be that in-turn draw. It's not easy, but it's there. You put a guard in the port, you can take both shots away. You can take away the in-off as well as taking away the out-turn draw. Kind of looks like that's what they're going to do. He's going to have that wide in-turn draw. You'd have to put it right there to get your second point. It's not going to be easy, but it's there.
The way that ice finishes, though.
Yeah, well, you'd have to throw it to your sweepers. I mean, that's the only way to make it. You've got to throw it where the sweepers can sweep it into place. We've seen too many draws in this game that have been thrown. They're cold, and then the brushers can't do anything with it for line, and you're at the mercy of that ice and the rock itself, whether it's going to curl enough. He's playing the guard. So basically looking to be on the B in the Brandworks logo. Take away the in-off, so he doesn't really have to cover that yellow, but he's got to take away the inside edge of it and take away the out-turn draw path. Like it might still have to curl. If they get it deep enough, he should be okay.
No, it's going to be near perfect. All right. We've got one for sure.
Wow, there's no chance I'm playing a tap in there. He looked at tapping the red in. You got the tying point in there right now. The only way you lose is if you tap something onto it. Oh, wow.
And that's what he wants.
I mean, you could win playing this, but it's the only way you could lose.
I can't look. I'm all for that draw.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's there.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough draw, but
you can't lose on the draw.
He doesn't hit this right, then he could actually end up giving up one.
To make the shot, he's got to put the red onto the yellow, because the raised stone is not going to be in far enough to be second shot unless you move the back yellow.
This is brilliant. Might have a chance. Might have a chance. Pushes it out.
He loses. What a horrible call.
Well, it wasn't a great call.
Well,
it wasn't a great call. But
he had a tie game, and now he doesn't. So
why it's been fun. Well, let's watch this one. I don't think either one of us agreed with this particular call.
No.
This is brilliant.
Well,
might have a chance.
I don't know whether he didn't
Might have a
think the
chance.
draw was there, didn't think it was.
Pushes it out.
He loses. Edin's team talked
What a
about it, so
horrible
he
call.
had to know the draw was a concern. Wow. I can't believe he played that shot.
All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Edin wins 4-2 after a missed shot. We'll just call it a missed shot. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Take care. We're just
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed? More innovation?
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.